Let me take a few minutes to talk about the aims of the conference and how this relates to strategic directions of CRRC. You all know that polling is almost inherent part of democratic societies. Everywhere where we have a democracy, we have some kind of polling, and that's important because polling creates important accountability mechanisms between policymakers and people between elections. First of all, it's a tool where policymakers get feedback from people about successes, failures, concerns, assessment of policies that they do for societies. Secondly, citizens also express their wishes, try to communicate that with their elected officials. Not least importantly, people by using polls, people can also step outside of their bubbles and understand what their fellow citizens think about important policy issues in their countries. So overall, it seems like polling is useful and important, but nevertheless, almost nowhere there is a smooth relationship between policymakers and research communities. Probably one of the reasons is that polling sometimes gives more bad news than good news, and no one is happy to hear about that. But in that context, we have even more responsibility, both researchers, policymakers, journalists, civil society, to work more to improve links between research and policies. And here are three important things that from CRRC's perspective are useful in that regard. And in fact, this is how CRRC tries to approach improving the link or building the bridge between research and policies. First of all, this is transparency. Transparency in several respects. Start from obvious financial transparency of funding. It is absolutely important to let data users, consumers know who funded the research product, and that's what we have been doing for many years. Not least importantly, it is useful to have full transparency of research process and outcomes. I mean, methodologies and also microdata, which people can scrutinize, use, verify, and so on and so forth. And also, this is a strategic direction that CRRC has been taking for many years, and I'm very grateful that NDI polls also are publicly available through our website. Just to give you an idea how useful is that for our society, we have online data analysis platform, as many of you know, caucasusbarometer.org, and in the last 4 years we have more than 4 million charts generated through that platform, which is on average 1 million charts per year. So transparency will increase both use, potentially quality and trustworthiness of the data. Secondly, it is very important to continuously improve research methods. In research, there is no such thing as learning something and stopping there. You need to constantly adapt to technological challenges, methodological innovations, and that's what CRRC has been doing for several years. We were one of the first organization in the region, again with the support of NDI and Swedish government, to transfer our data collection from paper-based, paper and pencil-based to digital. And this is not only important in terms of speeding up data collection, but immensely improves data quality and creates new opportunities for fast and cheaper data collection. Also, third important thing that I want to highlight, and I will end with that, is more policy-focused and targeted research, as it was already highlighted here. Big opinion polls draw large attentions, but this is not the only thing that researchers can do and contribute to policy making. I'll give you a very brief and concrete example how we can make people's lives better with very small targeted projects. An example comes from intercity transportation of Georgia, which is totally deregulated system, which creates a situation where safety becomes a big problem and comfort of traveling becomes a huge problem. We have many lives lost because of this deregulation. One option would be to totally change, fundamentally change policies, and we had two governments of very different approaches and tastes for the past 10 years, but it is politically costly thing. None of them so far decided to step in and improve things there. So we thought probably simple research can offer a temporary but simple solution, and we did a randomized experiment where we introduced so-called monitoring to minibuses, told drivers that we are from a research organization monitoring safety and comfort issues in minibuses, and what we observe is that it's very simple and very low-cost intervention importantly improves some significant measures. For example, less speed, less smoking in a minibus, which is surprisingly still a problem in this country, and less number of extra passengers in buses. So I'm referring to this because probably we, to improve bridges to build bridges between numbers and people's needs. It's important that not only we do large opinion polls, but also target on specific issues that concern people and offer solutions that will be useful for policymakers to make it politically less costly and to make it more useful for people they serve too. I would like again to thank you for coming, thank the Swedish government and the NDI for making this political polling available for CRRC for many years. I hope we will have fruitful discussion on transparency on different research methods and connections between researchers and policy communities. And I would like to end by saying that we at CRRC are always open for questions, for even criticism, for inquiries about methods, about process, and about outcomes that we produce. Thank you very much.